Everybody, it's Invictus. Time another run here, the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance Plus series. Happy Friday, Mosh Pit. Welcome to the new weekend here as we are counting down the days towards Christmas, and I hope you all are staying warm or just having fun or just enjoying video games and whatever else you got going on in your life. What you got going on in your life? Why don't you go ahead and post them down in the comments right there. You know, well, look, I'm just curious, all right? Here's your meme of the day brought to you by, once again, this is a continuation meme from Evil Noob that was posted a couple days ago. Now, there are, before I show this one, there are a couple more memes that need to be on the meme of the day, and I will show them. But just because I saw this one pop up on the subreddit, it is a continuation meme. So this one, again, sent in by Evil Noob, who title thread was said the pain, and then in the thread they said, I just had to make the follow-up, highlighting the caption from the episode. I ended up having to go to Walmart getting a turkey. I know. Trust me, I'm mad about it too. No. Look, as I talked about it the other day, I even addressed this on stream on Tuesday. Neither turkey went to waste. The one I got from Walmart was excellent. The one that I had gotten already that was still kind of frozen then thawed was also excellent. I got to take a piece of it. Today is going to be Quebec Romeo 8 Mike X-Ray Quebec Golf Alpha. We've got Tech 1 start off with here, and December keeps on giving. We also have Flush, which is not an item that I'm going to be using. Well, I take it back. It's better than the Golden Razor Blade just because it allows us to just AoE clear room. If we end up fighting a poop boss, it will also automatically destroy them, which is kind of neat. And, you know, the Golden Razor Blade, it's fine, I guess. It does allow you to get a damage upgrade in lieu of costing you 5 cents, but you know, it's okay. It does give you 5 cents anyway. You saw it right there. I was able to destroy all the poop in this room here. They all got flushed, literally. And I'm going to be looking. I'm trying to get a full charge right now so we can use it against the boss. If there is someone like Dangle, or not Dangle, but Dingle out there, that Wick was trying here. So. There's a penny. 6 cents is enough to get a soul heart if there was one. I might as well just go see what's in here. But a Tech 1 start, man, oh man. Tech 1, what can you say about it that it hasn't been said already? It's just one of my favorite tier effects in the entire game. It gives you unlimited range. It scales beautifully with damage and tears rate as well. It inherits a lot of properties, a lot of secondary properties from carry support items. And it's just great. And the piercing shots are unbelievable. You combine it with spectral tears, and next thing you know, you got yourself a fun time. You don't have to worry about anything getting in your way. So, but we don't have spectral tears yet. But we're definitely gonna be looking for Spirit of the Night. We're gonna be looking for Ouija board. Anything that gives us spectral tears are going to be most appreciated. And Continuum is under that realm, as well as Papula Duplex. If I had a bomb, I definitely would have laid it. This is definitely the worst of the arenas that you can fight Baby Plum on, just because there is you're basically running with half of a room here when you combine all of the blank space and as well as the rocks that you can't get past. So, yeah. We're going to get Tropicamide, which does absolutely nothing for us, and we'll just head on down. And Curse the Blind. We're going to last week's question of the episode here, coming on in from Will J219, who said, question of the episode, what is your opinion on Spider Mod? For me, it's a must-have. I love him. Seeing the enemy's health is very handy, especially for crowd control situations. That, and he is just a legend. I've got no problem with Spider Mod. The only thing, if I had to, if my feet to the fire, if I had to criticize one thing about Spider Mod, is maybe the random effects that he does could be considered undesirable in certain situations. Like, for example, if you end up having something like, say, Death's List, and he decides to set something on fire that you're not really wanting to destroy out of order, that could be annoying, but is it a deal breaker? No, it's certainly not. And yes, being able to see your enemy's HP is quite useful. Knowing which ones you have to eliminate first is very, very good. Helps you out with bosses that don't have any HP bars, like Hush. So Tropicamide, as you see here, it did make Tech 1 bigger, but it doesn't make it hit any harder. And Curse the Blind pretty much seals the deal for our boss, our devil deal, as well as our item room. But not our boss item, though. Our boss item is perfectly going to be intact because that can't possibly go any way bad unless we get experimental treatment. But we're not going to get one of them. We're going to be just fine. Trying to work on my sly villain voice here. Is I pulled the mosh pit on Tuesday to see what type of voice they envisioned me doing, and a greater than 0% said that I would make a good villain voice, which is very unlike me. Because I don't like the bad guys. I always root for the good guys. I just like the good side, the good guys winning. Call me old fashioned, but that's just how I be, man. I was raised knowing that the good guys were supposed to win. But I do like the complexity of some villains, though. Everyone loves a good villain. Boss item is going to be Latchkey, which is going to give us another Soul Heart and 2 keys back. And that is a single Devil Dew item, which I will not be taking. Even though even if we get an active item that's probably going to be better than Flush, I still don't care. Yeah, I don't want to be. I wouldn't. Whoa, computer, are you okay? Do we need to give you a moment? Oh, some choppiness there. OBS, you feeling all right? Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't. I'm not opposed. Look, it's the beginning of my voice acting career. All 0 games that I've done. Well, technically, it's not true. Technically, although I don't think it's going to be credited. Mugenics is my first major title, I would say. Outside a couple of Game Jam stuff, but yeah, I mean, at the beginning of my career, I'm not gonna be a beggar and a chooser, right? And I had the privilege of talking to Matthias, aka Matthias Bossi, who is also known as the voice of Isaac amongst other characters in the game, and also, of course, part of Planet Ridiculon, which is the music that you're hearing right now. And I had the pleasure of talking with him on Monday. Was it Monday? I think it was Monday. Yeah, Monday this week. Just kind of doing some catch up here and picking his brain about voice acting and stuff. And he gave me a lot of really good tech. He gave me some good things to think about. And one of them, he said that, and I appreciate it because it's very endearing, especially coming from him. It's a true honor. He said that my voice is very, very unique, and there's a lot of people that would love to have a truly unique voice, and I should lean into roles that will complement what I'm used to, which is like sports announcing, radio work, that kind of thing. Maybe characters as well, but that's certainly something that's going to be weaker for me for now until I figure out how to do it without just destroying my voice. Just being able to simply to just call him up and talk to somebody like Matthias that's one of those advantages that I have in life that I won't take for granted, And I get what he's saying. I mean, I thought I didn't even think about the whole sports announcing thing, as I used to be a color commentator for esports, and that would make sense. If any of you have ever heard any of my Isaac races, you will know. Part of the Mosh Pit races, the Mosh Pit Racing League for Isaac. I like to do commentary. It's easy for me. And if a video game developer out there needs some type of announcer or something like that, hey, I'm your man. I can definitely do it. But I still want to do character acting though, and voices, and not just be an announcer, but there's a lot of things that I'd like to do. And just being able to talk to someone like Matthias is a huge help. He really put a lot of stuff into perspective that helped me out, and understand that I need to not sprint at the start. Even if I don't get this role in this unnamed project that I've been working with, it's there more. I've learned more than I thought that I ever would, through the workshops and readings and stuff, which is really cool. And again, I appreciate everyone who's been rooting for me. I'm gonna make you proud. And if I end up not getting anything out of this roll, then you know I would have learned something, and hopefully it opens up more opportunities down the road. And I was definitely trying to lean into the mosh pit for help. You know, we don't have a whole lot of theater nerds out there, or actual actors and actresses in the mosh pit that I'm aware of anyway. I mean, make yourself known if you'd like to, but those type of people are the ones I'd also love to kind of, you know, just get some pointers for. I know a lot of people would definitely step up and want to help out. And it's neat. Look, I am humble. I know that when I'm bad at something, and I'm gonna suck at the beginning of everything. I'm definitely going to suck, and I do. I'm gonna take Black Hole here just because it's just better than Oh Crap, or not Oh Crap, but it's just better than Flush. And we get Bursting Sack, which was this worth all the time and the money to come all the way back over here to get? No, it was not. But the important thing is that it was the opportunity. Super Secret was north of there, by the way. We got the opportunity to get ahead, and that would have been great. But we didn't, so at least we tried. But yeah, Black Hole is just going to be better for us than Flush, because it does deal a good amount of damage, and also, of course, it breaks rocks and stuff. Speaking of Matthias, here's a character that Matthias also voiced. I asked him specifically about the Bumbo voice as well. I said, you know, I tried to do it. I tried to emulate the Bumbo voice, and I just couldn't. I was like, how did you do that? He said it was very painful. He said it was not fun to do. And I was like, okay. So at least I know that there's, even if there's something that he can't do as a professional voice actor, you know, he's got his limitations too. And that made me feel a little bit good, because I tried that Bumbo voice and it was impossible. All right, we need to get some. Look, a Tech 1 start was great game, and that's you know, wonderful. But listen, you got to give me something to work with here. How are we not hitting you guys down there? Okay, well, this is fun. Yeah, this is great. I mean, I don't know how I'm supposed to get through this here game. Yeah, it's a neat room here, Zombolus. It's really neat. But yeah, we need to get some stats here. Again, Tech 1 is great to start with, but we've gotten no stat that matters except movement speed, and it's great to have movement speed, obviously, but this is requiring a different level of help here. Get the 4 room, which is going to be a global D6. I have a feeling the item room is back over here. And the secret room could have been south of that of the curse room. It's hard to tell right now. What we're really lacking currently is damage. 3.49 tiers is not good, but it's not bad either. It's definitely workable. But very quickly, in fact, I think that time is now, our damage is not going to suffice. There we go. Get ourselves a random crawl space, and it's a black market. Oh, this is a terrible black market. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I feel like we have to take Blue Candle here. If we're not gonna be able to deal damage, then we need to be carrying things that do. And Blue Candle is one of those that will absolutely help us out. For bosses and for clearing out keepers, for money, that sort of thing. It's just going to be a net positive all the way around. But we are now put in this precarious situation where we only have 2 HP. And not feeling too confident here. Now, I don't believe that the black market is affected by the 4 room, but that feels like a question that I've hypothetically or rhetorically asked before, and I was proven wrong. So when we do inevitably hit, oh wow, we get a planetarium here too. When we do inevitably hit that 4 room, I will go back down into the black market, if I remember, and see if it changed or not. Somehow, I thought I was just going to the item room up here, but the boss is actually up here, it looks like, yeah. Good damage there with Blue Candle. Blue Candle is the superior of the two. The other one being, of course, Red Candle. That's because Blue Candle does not dissipate whenever it absorbs shots or deals damage to enemies. And oh! Never mind. Talk about needing damage no longer. Oh my gosh. Sacred Heart Tech 1. That is a score right there. Yeah, now we just need some tears, and we're off to the races. Holy moly. Who knew that Friday was going to be a Sacred Friday? All right, well, Sacred Heart gives you an HP upgrade, and on top of that gives you the strongest damage multiplier in the game. And we even get Diplopia here, which actually is probably not... No, I mean, we don't need Blue Candle anymore. Come on now. We just got Sacred Heart. What are you talking about? I will roast this keeper here. We can take Diplopia and... yeah, I think I am going to need to draw here. I need multiple Yaves on this floor, and we got multiple Yaves. So now we have a very, very good option here. We can go down into the black market, use Diplopia to take everything for basically free, minus Blue Candle, which we've already bought. We could use it for, Lard, which would give us a ton of HP, but very, very bad movement speed. Luna? Yeah, Luna's fine. And I was right, the secret room is over there, so... Or we could open up the shop and use Diplopia and then use the 4 room. Okay, so I think what we're going to do... We can also just save Diplopia. There's nothing wrong with that either. Again, we do not need Blue Candle at this point. You can save Diplopia for something juicier than just trying to get a simple, a bad shop or a bad black market. But I'm 99% sure that the 4 room does not affect a black market on the floor. I think it's considered a separate room altogether. Or a separate floor altogether, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, so we could use Diplopia here and get all that stuff for free. I'm willing to hedge my bet and look for like a Guppy transformation or even a Seraphim transformation. So we get a little bit of flying. That'd be nice. Okay, well. I know. I could have easily just done it there, but now the game was testing me, just trying to tempt me to blow my Diplopia immediately, and I'm not going to do that. But yes, we could have gotten Seraphim there. That was one of those situations where like, ooh, I'm ready. I can't wait to do this thing that I've been waiting to do, and then it sort of catches you off guard. And like, well, okay, well, I'm not that ready yet. That's kind of what happened there. I know I said that I wanted to do Seraphim transformation, but not right now. I mean, like, let me see a couple more floors beforehand. Please, game. Luna, by the way, is what's showing us the secret room here, and also is putting this light down that I'm not going to be able to touch because it's, of course, blocked by spikes. These have been a major, major issue here, and I'm going to drop the black lipstick because I think that might have something to do with it, maybe. This is another secret room here. Luna, another key element of Luna is that you get multiple secret rooms, and it's another secret room that we cannot take anything. or touch the light, because of course not. Why would we get something that's exclusively good? That and astral projection is not really that great anyway. And what I wouldn't do for some spectral tears right now. Spirit of the Night could not come sooner. I think going into the shop makes a lot of sense. We have enough for a premium item. Hopefully we get something like mapping. That'd be nice. Black Candle, of course, would be cool. Or a greed fight. And that already means, you know what it means. You know what it means. You know that next floor we're going to get a super greed fight. And we're just not going to get another store. So if that happens, if we get super greeded in the next shop, I have permission to just say, all right, well, let's just go win the run and call it a day. That's my price. So have at it, game. The choice is in your hands. I will happily take a nice walk-off Sacred Heart win. Not blink twice about cashing in early for lunch today. Oh, the Super Secret Room might be here for Luna. It is. We get Eternal Heart, as well as another half heart in Soul Heart form for the Luna buff. Somehow, despite all the back and forthing going on, we still have a very, very slight chance of making boss rush. Which is pretty remarkable. Wait, War is not going to be dropping something I want. What is he good for? Absolutely nothing. All right, so we have a minute to find the Fool card, as well as find the mom fight and beat her. So it's a little bit of a tall order, but it's doable. Notice how you can still curve the tiers of Tech 1 as if they are normal round tiers. It was a very controversial change, but I think it was the right decision. Amba, we still have time. The Fool card would have to be exactly in this next room, and it's not. So Diplopia, this is even more of a time crunch, because we could, in theory, double the boss rush and get everything in there in terms of items, but we need to find the Fool card, or otherwise we are forced to just kind of go do boss rush, which is not necessarily the worst thing in the world, but yeah. I mean, look, you can't, you cannot say that I didn't call that. You literally cannot say that. I could not have called that any harder. So we're going to have to just cut bait here and do boss rush and not have a teleport out. So no teleport skip here. There we go. So we do had nothing, and we made it with some time to spare. And boy howdy. Each Dizzle's great, but it ain't do all a boss rush great. That was a call of the wepisode right there. Wepisode. Episode that's on the web. Has anybody ever... I'm almost 100% sure that nobody calls the internet the World Wide Web anymore. The web. I don't even think back in the day when people did call it that people referred to it as that. It was just always the internet. Sacred Heart helping us out here a lot. 30. Mama girl, you need to chill. We get another HP upgrade. All right, so we got Sacred Heart, and that's all we're gonna get, and that's all we need to win this game. I don't know at this point if we're gonna use Diplopia. Maybe if we luck out and somehow don't lose our Devil Deal here, we could. In theory, I want to check what's inside of the boss trap room here too. Always gotta be careful of mushrooms that you place any bombs near or around. Look, it's more HP. All right. Well, the good news is that I don't think there's any more HP upgrades left in the game that we can get that aren't associated with some kind of stat down. It's at breakfast, I guess, which we have not seen yet. Good chunkage there by Sacred Heart. Just gotta be careful of the off-screen hits here. Remember, our movement speed is not phenomenal. In fact, it's very bad for where we are. 1.24 is pretty pathetic. We're running a 40-yard dash in about 8 flat right now. For those of you who do not know American football, that is very, very bad. A very good time, a good 40 time is anything below like 4.6, 4.5. When you start getting to the 4.4s, 4.3s, 4.2s, then you're talking about superhuman. Okay, 4.5 is considered pretty good, but that's not considered incredible. That's like a very good defensive lineman 40. You almost never really see offensive linemen running that fast. Oh, there's Chubb. She ain't got no butt. She is totally buttless. This was a visual glitch from the original Isaac that made its way to Rebirth and then became a meme, and it's always been a meme, and then they officially added Buttless Chubb as another variant of the Chubb boss. It's always great to see Buttless Chubb. Wait till you see Buttless Larry, or Buttless Pin. Those are pure nightmare fuel. This is a non-XL4, by the way. But we didn't find any other secret rooms that were obvious. Wasn't really trying to look for them that much, though. This is our last shot for anything with a Devil Deal or Angel Deal. Unless we find a sack room in the cathedral and we take it to Lamb. That's if and only if we get enough HP. And we didn't get an Angel Deal or Devil Deal anyway, so... Bump. All right. Well, the Sun card's going to give us that spectral tier that we've been asking for, begging for, even, for this entire run. And I'm not going to use it till the final floor. And we don't we don't want to take red heart damage ever, but it's not a huge deal here on this floor because we have nothing to play for at this point. Like a team that's out of the playoffs. Not really enough to win anything, but we could still ruin a couple of dreams out there. I don't know where this analogy is going, but look, the point is that we have nothing to really play for here in terms of devil deals and angel deals. Take red heart damage, it's like, well, yeah, it doesn't matter. Love how we keep losing this 1/2 soul heart, but then we keep miraculously finding another one. Remember, this is giving us a tears upgrade every time we take Luna as well. Brainworm. Brainworm doesn't really matter with Sacred Heart, but it might be wacky, kooky, crazy. A fish here for the Super Secret Room, as well as try to get a Soul Heart. All right, and we have officially overstayed our welcome in terms of Diplopia, but honestly, I don't even think that we can be blamed for that. But the game gave us back-to-back greed fights and no devil deals. So technically we did get one, but it was a really crap one. But all we needed today was a singular angel deal, and it had the best angel item in the entire game in it. Some people might argue that, but it really is hard to explain just how strong and good Sacred Heart really is as an item. It's one of those mythical items. It should be classed above the rest of quality 4 items, or 3, or whatever it is. But don't ask me about item qualities in Isaac. I don't know. All right, here we go. That is quite possibly the most pathetic chest I think I've ever seen. That is abysmal there. We're going to finish with 2 or 3 of Seraphim, and I should have just taken the Seraphim transformation. But hindsight's always 20/20. And, you know, the game wasn't feeling it, and that's fine, game, because you gave us Sacred Heart. That's all we could really ask for, this situation here. Got teleport. Now, teleport, just like other teleport metas, it can take us straight to the boss room. It's a low chance to do so. Sorry, did that say there was both of the super secret rooms down there? That has to be the right way to the boss. Look at this void-sized map, and we've only seen half of it. Trying to get a more layout than I am. Good lord, yeah, this is a massive chest right here. Gimpy, great to see you. Did not want to fight Yellow Champion Mega Fatty, but I had to see what we were dealing with here, and my eyes did not mistake what they were seeing. That was both of the super secret rooms here. A bunch of pills that we will not be taking. Points we might as well take. Bloodshot Eye. Again, if you're sitting here asking yourself, hang on a second, buddy. Hang on one dang minute here. How'd you get 2 of them there secret rooms? Well, Cletus, I think you forgot that I explained it already, but in case you didn't, you might be new here, that's fine. Just know that Luna gives you extra secret rooms, and I wasn't just talking about the regular secret room either. Now, the only type of secret room it does not give you in addition additional room to is the ultra secret room. Secret rooms, yes. Super secret rooms, yes. Ultra secret rooms, no. Although that would be very cool. You can find them. You know, we had a long episode yesterday, and I'll go ahead and happily take this this one here. A Sacred Friday indeed. So, thank you for watching, everybody. Hope you had a great start to your weekends in the mosh pit, getting ready for Christmas. And, of course, if you don't celebrate Christmas, I hope you're having a happy Hanukkah or whatever festivities that you are celebrating in the holiday season. And also, of course, I'm wishing you a happy new year going on into 2026. 2025 was great for the channel. 2026 looking to be even better, especially if we get the randomizer week going. That's going to be a lot of fun. So make sure you click the like button, everybody. Thank you for liking. Thank you for watching, commenting, and subscribing. And as always, I will see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Like thanks to patrons of mine like Colvin Liker, Dina, Captain Razortail, and Eric Clermont. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of the episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find at patreon.com/Invicta.